So once again we are back on the 86. We've got some bumpers to do, some goodies to show. Very short video, but I wanted to show you how I wanted to do my bumpers. They were nice and pretty when I first got the car, sort of. And then after sitting for 5 years, getting scratched and banged up, we're going to do something a little bit different. Going to paint them a bit more old school, and then you'll see what we've got in this lovely Fraggle box and some other bits and pieces that we got. So stay tuned, and hope you enjoy it. This thing, like I said, is over 30 years old. You can't get new plastic ones, you can get new fiberglass ones, but they fit terribly to the car, so we're going to try and fix this one up. I'm going to get a front lip for it. This is the Australian model. They don't have the front lip. The holes are there for the front lip to go on, but I'd have to buy one, so I'll get that soon. There was just a few little dents and stuff in the bumper. All I did was, it's a bit of an old bumper. It's the same sort of plastic that was on mine, and my little hot devil torch. I just melted the plastic into the holes, just like body filler, but it's the plastic to suit the bumper. And it's not perfect. There's lots of little bits and pieces that I can't really clean up properly because I don't have the skill for it, but you know, I can always do it again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Raptor liner. This is the stuff they used to do on bed liners, and it has that really rough texture, and it has hardener with it as well, U-pole hardener. But you can actually thin this down. If you thin it down up to 15 or 20%, you don't get that texture. You get a lot smoother texture. I'm hoping it'll be a similar texture to the bumper. And the good thing is, because it's got hardener in it, it'll get a nice protective coating and to make it last a lot longer. Because if I just put bumper bar black or something on this, it's just going to come off within a couple of months and look terrible again. So hopefully with the Raptor liner on the bumper, it'll come up sweet. And I'm going to do a two-tone. So from this groove, the whole way along, that top piece along here will be the same color as the 86, that blue. But I got to do that afterwards. And I spoke to the paint guy, and he said that I can do the Raptor liner, let it set after a week, and then I can just scuff back the top part and put the blue on it. And I'll get my two-tone, and it'll be fine. Someone said to put some bolts in the bottle to mix it up. Because inside there is like tar. So we'll put them in and shake it up and then mix it. After about 2 minutes, you can hear the bolts inside, which means it's done. And we'll chuck it in the pot, thin it down, and we're going to give it a test spray to see the pattern, to see if it's like this or smoother like the bumper. Oh, sorry about the fan. This is Queensland. It's summer, I'm in the shed, and it's hot. So this is 3 parts Raptor, 1 part hardener, 1 part base coat reducer, which is the thinner you're supposed to use. That's interesting. I'm not sure how much to mix it. This is my first time using it, and it kind of stuck to the ruler. So you only got 1 hour of cup life before the hardener sets it off. So I'll mix it a bit more, chuck it in the gun, and we'll do some test runs. I reckon that's pretty good. It's hard to see in the light. It'll be better when we go on this side. And we've done 2 coats now. They come out pretty good. There are lots of blemishes on the bumper itself, but I didn't really want to fill them in with filler or anything because they're just going to crack off. So I'm happy as it is, just to have a nice uniform color. It's actually shinier than I thought it was going to be too, which is a surprise. I thought after I did the blue across the top section, I might have had to clear coat the whole thing to get that shine, but it's got it anyway, so less work for me, which is good. But, you know, it's not perfect, but when it's mounted on the car, the way you'll be looking at it, you'll be looking at it from the top. You won't really see the underside where most of the messed up stuff is, but I can always get another bumper later on. This will do for now, and I'll get that front lip, and then we're good to go. Although we haven't finished the front bumper, to give you an idea, it used to look, the one I actually used to have that was too damaged to fix, the bumpers had been color coded to the car, the original color when I first bought the car. And it's all smooth, like dead smooth. They've done a really good job on it, but I don't want fully color coded blue bumpers. I want the two-tone look. So this one was gonna have to get sanded back so I can put the Raptor liner on it as well. Probably just 100 grit or 120 grit to rip some patterns into this so the Raptor liner can stick to it. Also, in Australia, our number plate lights are in the bumper. Now I have to fill these in, but I don't know, once I take these out, I have to fill the holes in, because I don't know what I'm going to use though, because it's plastic. So probably some fiberglass filler, not quite sure yet. I won't video working on this one because it's pretty much the same as the front bumper, but yeah, rip it back, fill the holes in, wrap the liner, and then just the blue on the top section and the Raptor liner along the bottom. The reason why I have to fill these in though is because I'm changing to the REDLINE taillight setup, which has these in the actual back panel. I'll show you in a second. Now this is the very hard to get REDLINE edition tail center garnish. The Aussie version, as I said before, has the number plate lights in the bumper shining up to the number plate. These versions have the lights here and here. So I actually have to drill holes in this panel to fix them from inside. I really like these light setups. They're way better than the Aussie versions. I've got the tail lights as well. They're just tucked away somewhere. I just sort of loosely sat this on here with nuts on the back just to have a look, because with the blue it makes it look so much nicer. I haven't actually got the lights, the number plate lights yet. I've got to buy them, but they're pretty easy to get. This center garnish just by itself you can't buy new anymore. It is really hard to get your hands on in good condition because it's like 35 years old. But I got this locally. Thankfully I didn't have to get it from Japan. So that's a very big piece of the puzzle for this car to get that part. And it's going to get new taillight gaskets as well, which you can buy genuine. And that'll really set off the back of the car. I'm really happy with this part of it. Now for the front end, this was one of my original headlights, which is a little worse for wear. The glass is okay, if it's glass, might be plastic, I don't know. But there's tabs snapped off, that bent piece you seen before, it's just scungy as. And my indicator lenses as well were like 35 years old and they were just gone. And we have the Aussie grill as well, which is ugly as. So after taking this much time to paint this thing, I wasn't going to put scungy ass original headlights on it. Just no bueno. But I have this box, a Fraggle box, and inside there's many Fraggle parts to replace the ugly Fraggle parts, all the way from Ireland. What would I get from Ireland? Tell you what, it was not cheap, but you work with 35-year-old Corollas where nobody sells things for them locally, you have to go elsewhere. This was a full front end kit from a shop called Flois in Ireland. Some parts are genuine, some parts are not. Let's have a look at this. This is the grill. Hang on a sec. Japanese grill. Ooh, mama. This is the fog light version. It's supposed to have factory fog lights, which I don't have. You can get a version that's blacked out, but I actually prefer having the windows there. There's tape just covering it up, that's what that is. This is a genuine part of the Japanese version, the Levins. You see the genuine number there, upside down, sorry. This will look so much better on the front end. Nice, brand new. Can't wait to put this on after the front of the car's all polished up and nice and clean and ready to go. All right, next piece. Smaller box. We have brand new bumper bar lights. Not genuine, obviously. It's probably just China, but I don't care. The ones I had, I don't think were even orange anymore. They were so gross. So they go into here. That's the wrong one, but you get the idea. Nice orange, nice black, pops well. Pretty, pretty. Put that back in there. What else do we have? Oh yeah, I bought some hardware bits as well. These bolts are for the bumper, to hold the bumper to the chassis. They're not really anything unusual except for these washers at the top. Kind of welded to the top of the nut. Stops the bolt from spinning when you're doing the nut at the bottom. Just nice and clean and new, because mine were rusty, and just the front bolts as well. Stoppers for the bonnet adjusters to adjust the height of the bumpers, and just a bonnet rod clip and rubber grommet as well. It was only a couple of bucks, so I thought it was worth getting. Okay, so this Flois, I don't know how you say his company name, but he gets these made. These aren't genuine. Genuine ones are like 600 bucks for a pair or each, I don't know, expensive. These are just copies. I don't know, they seem fine to me. Got his brand name on the back as well. Floss IE, I think IE stands for Ireland. So they're nice and clean. I did make a limited run with clear indicators, but I was too slow. So original orange is going to be fine. Nice. And now we have the headlights, which I don't know are genuine or not. Once again, I don't care. They're just new. New is better than crusty. Look at that. No broken clips. Nice and shiny. It's got the bracket as well. That fog light, that grill I showed you, this bracket here is where the fog light bolts to if you get them. So I can still get them in the future. I do have to reuse the grommet at the back of the old headlight. But if you compare this, I do not want to drop this. Hang on. Bit of a difference, yes. Only slightly. This was the factory front bumper, which is trashed. You can see how that's the original black underneath, because Australian ones come with black bumpers. They've done a good job of coating the blue paint on it, but whoever did this, look at this, just been chopped out. Hence why I had to get that new bumper, because they've just destroyed this one, which is a bit of a shame. I've got the mounts, which I'll use on mine, and we'll slap it back together. Alright, couldn't help myself. I at least try to put one headlight on roughly. The bonnet isn't shut, that's why there's a gap. I will have to trim this bracket here because I've got the Yaris AC condenser unit here and it's touching, so I'll just trim this off here a little bit, but it's not really an issue. And yeah, looks so much better with a brand new light there. Also, when I picked up those lights, I also got a set of seat brackets. These, I think, are made in New Zealand, but they bolt to the factory floor pan and I can use a bucket seat in them. The other one, it's just sitting in there. This is the other one. The brand is spelled Kyouu. I don't even know how to say it, but it's made pretty nicely. So that saves me the job, and I got them for 200 bucks too. Saves me the job of making them. I've got sliders as well, and just get a set of ADR approved bucket seats, ones that have to recline, because if I get fixed ones in Australia, I can't put a back seat in, and a back seat is going in this car. Not right now, obviously, because it's a mess. There's one of the original indicators, all crappy looking. But yeah, I'm kind of happy. I got these rails off the same guy that I got this from, with taillights obviously, which was a good deal. Nice and close instead of getting them from Japan. I won't need these for a while, but it was good to get them now. And then I'm going to do the floor in the Raptor liner as well, so to clean all this out, which will be fun, and get it painted, put some more sound deadening on, which I have there buried amongst other things that I don't even know what's in here. That's what happens, and the project takes 5 years.
My precious, precious, precious.